In today's video, I'm going to show you the quickest way to unlock the Swordmaster from start to max level in Dune Awakening. I have a quick guide like this for every class on my channel, plus I have a written version on the website you can check out if you prefer having a written format on another screen too. We'll be using that guide as a reference as well, and it's also down in the description if you're interested. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Real quickly before we start, I want to explain we have basic trainers and we have advanced trainers. The first quest, you will need the basic trainer, and this goes for all classes, unless you pick the Swordmaster. If you pick the Swordmaster, you are going to skip to the advanced trainer, which is outside of Haga Basin. So the first quest is called Checking the Post. This is the basic trainer for Swordmaster, and it's located up in Pinnacle Station. Now I usually say when about I would do these quests when I do these videos. For this one, at this point, you should have done Trooper, Planetologist, and Mentat. It's the Swordmaster and Bene Gesserit that are higher up north, and you get them a little bit later. At this point, you're probably doing like Iron. Maybe you passed it and you're coming back to it, which is fine. But early game, this is when I would pick this up. Is either looping around, because this area is all quicksand. There's some drum sand. But it's a real easy route to just cut through here and go up to Pinnacle Station. You could go this way too, but at whatever point you come up to Western Vermilius, just cross over here and come up to Pinnacle Station. You're going to go right inside, and Arno is right in there. He looks like this. He's just in to the right. You'll be picking up that quest. Now where it takes you is a little more convoluted. It's not as simple as, say, the Mentat or the Trooper or Planetologist. They're a little faster. This one has you going up here. If you want it real bad, you could do it right then. But this quest does also coincide with the main story quest. So my suggestion is I would pick this up again, as I pointed out, kind of early. And then just, you come back down and do your thing. Your main story quest, you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. I would pick this up and come back down here and do main story quest 5 at this point, and then come up to 6 and 7. If you're doing this early game and you kind of want to be efficient, this is my recommendation. It's kind of the best time to do it. The cave that you're going to go into is the very same cave for this. It's a 2 birds with 1 stone. And the reality is you don't go up to the northeast part of the map a ton. You don't have an ornithopter probably at this early point in the game. If you do, it doesn't matter. Just, shoot on over. I'm not trying to be super efficient, but that's kind of what I would do. But anyway, number 2 is up here where you're going after you pick up the quest, whether you want to do it directly or the way I just showed you. There's a cave in there. You're going to go in there. There's a box. After this, we're being sent way down here to Western Vermilius. This is the Wreck of Palace. This is the 3rd point, and you're going to have to go through this. This is a PvP area. You'll probably be fine. There's a couple ways to get in here, whether it's the east or west. And this one's actually in the back of the ship of Wreck of Palace. So you're going to need to get an armband. It's on like the 2nd floor in the main center room of the Wreck of Palace. It's pretty easy to come in and out of these things. It's not too much of a big deal. The last point you're going to go to then is a testing station. So this is a pretty robust early stage quest, and that's why you probably want to be doing this on like the tail end of Iron. At least it's not something you're going to run out and do really early like Mentat or Trooper. Planetologist, those 3 are done pretty early game. This one's a little later. For this, you just have to clear all the way through the facility, and you'll see a waypoint. You'll get what Arno is requesting. You're going to come back to Arno, turn it in. That's going to unlock the Swordmaster quest. So a little heftier of a basic quest, but that's it. Again, I would recommend doing it in tandem with the main story quest, because the main story quest is pretty easy, but you can bounce through these points, and this is like the last of the first ones, and you're going to get a Fremen Death still. If you're interested in this, I will have another guide on the main story quest too that's worth looking into, and again, you kind of see where these intersect and why they're important. Now with all that done, we're moving on to the advanced Swordmaster trainer. This guy's located in Arco Village. He's up on the north side. As you can see on this map, you'll basically come in from the very south, just come all the way up here. He's going to have a diamond floating. He's the guy that I had the very beginning. He's going to look like this. He's just sitting by a campfire up there. That's your advanced trainer. I do mention this as well. You can pay $2,500 at a trade post to fly here. I would wait until you have an ornithopter till you do the advanced trainer quests. They go way, way faster. It's cheaper, but it's just so much faster, especially at this point with the Swordmaster, the places you have to go. You should be getting an ornithopter before you really dive into the advanced Swordmaster quests. But without going into that more, let's jump into quest 2, A Tormented Soul. We're going to go speak with Seron Varlin. He's up there at the North Point, and he's going to have us collect some information about his blade. This takes us to the bar, which is just inside here. We go talk to the bartender, or actually there's a contract here next to the bartender. We're going to go to Ella Ratuik. She's inside the bar. Long and the short of it is, we bring this information back up to Seron, and it's going to be info of where his blade hilt is. This is going to take us to Western Comms. This is on the east shield wall. So, as I usually mention in these guides, we are going to be departing out of Harko Village, and it matters where you go. This is like a clock, and where you land is important on where you're going. Since we are going to be going up to the northwest part, we're going to fire in around here, 10 or 11 o'clock. It'll put us in around this point because our destination is going to be right here. We're going to fly over to this base, Western Comms. You can just land on the top with an ornithopter, and we are looking for the Harpy. It's a boss. Again, these mobs are a little tougher. We're on the shield wall. I mean, it's not the early game mobs, but if you're at least at aluminum phase, you're fine. This is a heavy, just go in there. The boss is a heavy type mob. I think it has a flamethrower. You kill that, you loot it, bring it back to Harko Village. So you can just shoot right back out the edge here. We're coming back to Harko Village, turn in, and we're all set. That is quest 2, and that actually unlocks level 2 of the Swordmaster. Moving on, we have Piercing Eyes. This is quest number 3. We're going to be getting Seron Varlin some eyes. At the start of this, we're going to go to the bartender. So again, this is in Harko Village. We're going to shoot right down here and talk to the bartender. There is a code line Karana brandy you order with a Sidric twist. You basically are going to get information. This is going to send us to this trader. So this is back at Pinnacle Station. So we're going to depart from Harko Village, and we are going to come in for Pinnacle Station. You're going to want to come in at the top, 12 o'clock. Once you drop in, you'll land like here-ish, and Pinnacle Station is right there. We'll go talk to the trader here real quick, and he is going to ask us for a lab cleanup. He has some experiments that he wants killed. So that's at testing station number 17, which is just above us. So it's a quick travel from Pinnacle right up to here, and that's station number 17. And you don't have to go through this whole station. This is a real quick quest in the grand scheme of things. You go in there, he has some experiments. They're just guys with knives. They're literally weird looking people that he's experimented on. I think there's like 3 of them. They're right at the entrance when you come inside. You gun them down. The quest updates. You just go right back to him. He's going to give you a set of eyes, as he's pretty much he trades body parts and such. And then we fly out back to the world map, and we go back to Harko Village. We're going back to our guy to deliver eyes. That brings us to quest number 4, The Art of the Sword. Seron's got his eyes back, and he's giving you a very dangerous task. He's going to ask you to practice skills. So, from Harko Village, we're going to fly back out to, it doesn't matter where, just hop in on the south side or whatever. You'll come out down here, and he asks you to just use your skills pretty much. It's like your spin attack, I think crippling strike or something. You just use them like 3 times, use the other one like 3 times. You don't even need to use them on targets. You just zone in, land, use the abilities, and you just hop right back out. You're back on the road. Mission accomplished, and you go visit him again. This is like a 5-minute quest. I sort of like Swordmaster. It has some pretty quick quests, and this is the quickest. So that's Art of the Sword. That is going to unlock a capstone skill, and we are on our way to maxing this out. On to quest number 5, Forged in Dishonor. This is going to have us crafting a Damasteel sword, and we're going to be meeting up with Duncan, Idaho. Now, Duncan, Idaho is located at Helios Gate. Helios Gate is right here, so like upper north center. So from our world map, we're going to be leaving Harco Village and coming in at 12 o'clock. Once we land like right here, we're going to fly over to Helios Gate, which point you just kind of walk into town. You go to the back left, past the Bene Gesserit trainer. There's a ladder. You're going to go up to the, I think it's like the 3rd floor. It's the top one. And right there, you'll see this fella, Duncan, Idaho. You chat with him. He's going to give you a recipe. So it's going to be in your inventory like a unique that you're going to, research and learn. You're going to go back home and you're going to have to craft this with a weapon fabricator. Here's the recipe. It's pretty easy. Steel, you're going to need aluminum, but I'm assuming you have that. Carbide scraps. This is all stuff that you would have had to get an ornithopter to begin with. One thing you might need to craft, large blood sac if you don't carry them around. A large blood sac does not even need to be filled with blood. You just craft it. You can make it empty and just flip it. Make the ceremonial sword. And then from there, we're flying back to the edge of the map, wherever your base is near. And you're heading back to your guy again, Seron Varlin. We're going to turn in our sword. And that quest will be complete, giving us another capstone skill. And that's going to bring us to our final quest. The Last Stand of Seron Varlin, Quest 6. This is what it all leads up to. An epic battle at the very end, all right? Now we've talked to Seron, we've delivered our sword, and he wants to do a duel. Not with us, though, with somebody else. You follow the story a bit. But all you're going to do here is go talk down here again in the bar. You can just come right back up. It's not the bartender. I apologize. It's this lady back here. I forget her name. And then you're going to come back to him. And you can just convince him not to fight. He shouldn't do it. At least that's what I did, because I don't want him to die. But that's literally it. I mean, quest 6 is you just go in the bar, talk to someone, you come back around the corner, and he's like, you know what? You're right. I shouldn't be dealing with this BS. And he's like, I'm going to teach you the final capstone skill and also give you Jolt Sword. Well, Jolt Sword, if you want to do any kind of melee, is awesome. It's amazing. I actually really like this sword. I use this with the parry. It's pretty effective. It's the parry skill from Swordmaster. For Swordmaster, since they've kind of busted melee, I think they're going to revisit it post-launch, and this game's going to make a lot of adjustments. So melee builds are going to be, I think, kind of a little not great at release. But their parry skill, especially in PvE, dealing with shielders, is very good. I'll probably do a build thing covering it. This is a good weapon all in all. It returns stamina as well when you parry. So that's also a very nice, boost to it. But it's a great weapon. I mean, it's like a duraluminum sword, very high damage, it's over 100. So it's great. And the whole Swordmaster passives are really, really good, the stamina ones. But that's pretty much it. The Swordmaster quest line is really fast. Its quests are really easy. There's a couple that have just like difficult mobs. I mean, the first one, maybe when you don't have an ornithopter, is probably the most tedious thing to do. So leveling this up is really good. Highly recommend doing this as soon as you can. If this was helpful, make sure you guys like, subscribe. If you have any questions or something is wrong in this guide, let me know. Make sure to check out the other ones. We have ones for all of the different classes unlocked. So hopefully I'll see you there, and I'll see you next time. Take care.